while I was there last night, I put my mask was on, and there was like a lint or a bug or something. And I started coughing, and I could not stop coughing. Like, ugh, ugh. Yeah. And if you want to get attention in the time of COVID, uncontrollably, they're like coming at me with pitchforks and, get them. Well, hey, everybody, we really do appreciate you coming and being a part of this thing. It's a lot of fun for me. Tony Winders is the best. He's turning into Ed McMahon with that intro. But it's good. That's all I have for my self-esteem these days, Tony. So I do appreciate that, man. He mentioned the Mars rover. Yeah, that was yesterday. The rover landed on Mars. That's so crazy. There was 300 million miles to get to Mars. That's insane. And the vehicle, the actual machine, the rover, was leased to them by some third party to NASA. So, yeah, that's how they get you. The rental's cheap, but they kill you with the miles. They're like, let's see, that's 39 cents times 300 million. Oh, man. So Patty and I, Patty's birthday is this week, everybody. Can we give Patty a little love?
Thank
you. She's the one who makes me laugh. She keeps me in good spirit. We went to Venice, and we were at the beach, and everybody's kind of keeping their distance, as they should, but not the locals. They come right up to you. This guy came up with blonde hair, dreadlocks, red flag. Right off the bat. And he fancies himself a psychic. And he told me that, he goes, I could tell your future. And I'm like, maybe we should start with your past. Like, tell me about your mother. He's looking, he's like getting a feel for me, like the New Jersey person or whatever. And he goes, somebody's going to help you out of a bad situation. And he kept going. And then not 5 minutes later, this skateboarder comes up and goes, Jeremy, dude, we got to go. Amazing. He was spot on. This guy's got a gift. I gave him $5 and he goes, oh, thanks. But, I don't usually charge. I'm like, no, dude, that's for the story. It's all. You earned it. So normally I'm out in the world and I'm out, I bring stories home from things that are happening. And now I'm just like, and another thing the neighbor is doing, can you believe what he's doing with his sod? It's incredible. I got nothing. I went to the dentist. I got my teeth cleaned. That was exciting. That was all. Yeah, thank you. The dentist, this guy he's a new dentist. And I just felt like he was a little too on. I felt like he went into dentistry just so he'd have a captive audience. Like he lowers me back in the chair and he goes, don't worry, it's just a drill. My God. Right. There are 40 dentists in my city and I get Patch Adams.
I love that guy.
Carrot Top. But then the truth came out. He goes, I heard you're a comedian. Why don't you tell me a joke? And like, no, man, it's not like, that's not how it works. You see, you're the joke later. He asked me how I became a comedian. I hate when somebody, I hate answering the questions. I don't know. Like, well, you go down the rabbit hole and then you take a right. You take a right at the point of no return. And then you're like halfway there. I don't know. I guess you need certain skills as a comic. They say that comedians are good at analogies. So that's like when something is like something else. Something like something else. I think to be a comic, you're really just chewing on things all the time. You're chewing on stuff you should probably spit out. That's what it comes down to. I was up for an hour around 3 a.m. thinking about how we pronounce some Spanish names, but not others. And it makes no sense. Like, was there some big meeting and we decided, all right, we're going to say quesadilla, but we're not doing burrito, okay? I am not rolling my R's. No way, Jose. They and Texas, they just skipped the meeting altogether, man. Yeah. Texas, they are they have a town that should be Amarillo, or is that what it is? Amarillo, yeah. But in Texas it's Amarillo. Amarillo. Yeah. We also got armadillos. I don't even know what the hell them things are. Big old armored rats with target practice is what those are. Yeah, they definitely do not pronounce, they don't roll their R's in Texas. If they are right now, they're going shout out to Texas, man. I hope you guys get warm. Are you the Schumachers? Are you in Texas? Man, what part of Texas are you in, John? Austin? I'm reading your lips because your sound's down. Yeah, Austin, you got it the worst, man. I'm going to be there soon, actually. I'm coming out to do a show out there. Yeah, so what else? We're talking about like all these stereotypes of comics, and I want to dispel the stereotype that comics are weird, but I can't. Because it's true. I have weird pet peeves. I have little things that bother me. Like the sound of a vacuum cleaner isn't annoying. It makes me angry. Like I got to leave out the door angry. I got to go for a walk. I have no idea. Wet hair on my back drives me nuts.
He tried to do that. We can't. You got a USB plug?
Okay, you got. I did a show for these an assisted living center, and yeah, they were great. It turned out great, but the first 15 minutes were okay. Now, is that a floppy drive disk? I understand there's a Dropbox. Yeah, pet peeves. I got a lot of pet peeves. My worst pet peeve, though, of they also say that comedians are like socially awkward, and I guess that's true. But anyway, the thing about the pet peeves is the one that gets me the most is sticky fingers. Like like it just if I were a spy and you wanted to get secrets out of me, forget the waterboarding. Just put like Smucker's jelly underneath my ring. Oh, here's my PIN code. Here's my password. Here's the location. Waterboard my finger. Come on. Yeah. And the last one is that comics are socially awkward. And I guess it's true. I'm the guy who goes to a party and makes friends with the dog. Like, yeah, it's okay, buddy. No, see, they're the joke later. Yeah, it's okay. All right. Well, hey, I'm going to pull up short here because we have a packed lineup, and we're all going to run it real tight. And for the other comics, I know I sent you a lineup. But our first, we're going to put Monique first because she's going to film a pilot. She's on the go. She's always filming something. And that's what we're trying to bring to you, the best comics in the business. And tonight you're spoiled with an embarrassment of riches. Your first comedian, she is super funny. She has 3 Showtime specials. I believe that is a record. Put your hands together for Monique Marvez.
Thank you, Jason. I'm actually going to change the view so I can see more people. I love how you announced that I have 3 Showtime specials, and I'm actually on HBO right now, HBO Max at the Ha Comedy Festival. But what I really love is that you guys didn't sign on for me because you don't know me. I'm not famous or anything, and I'm happy about that because I've always been like witness protection comedian. I'm a little bit like the Tom Waits of comedy. I don't have a lot of fans, but the ones I have adore me. And later you guys can Google Tom Waits and you'll thank me. But the thing is that that's awesome now, because during lockdown, COVID, whatever you want to call it, I call it the pause for the cause. I'm a positive person. I'm not upset about becoming irrelevant or people forgetting about me or losing followers. See, I think people that were super relevant and important prior to lockdown are afraid of losing their position and are getting weirder and weirder during lockdown. It's a little bit like being a child star from the 70s. And we know how that all ended. Because I have seen more body parts on Instagram since lockdown. It's gotten crazy. Like, I know this is a clean show. I think it's okay to say Instagram. I think that's okay. I didn't go too far. But like, I've seen my neighbor's hiney in every variation. She's my neighbor. I barely know her, but I've seen her hiney a lot, and her cat and what she eats for dinner. And I think it's because people just want to be remembered and cut through the clutter. But I'm not chasing the fame dragon. I'm not chasing the social media dragon, because that wasn't my jam. So now during COVID, I've actually gotten good, because alone under the cover of darkness, I have figured out, because here's my thing is that whenever I'm terrified, this is a little trick I had from my childhood. Whenever I'm afraid, I think, what scares me more than lockdown? Social media and the computer. So while I've been all alone, I built a YouTube channel. I go on Facebook Live every day. I've like totally mastered. Everything is figure outable. So I've totally mastered this, and I'm excited. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be Betty White. I'm going to Betty White this. I'm going to get super famous when I'm old, and that's amazing. Because the beautiful thing about being older is you don't care about a lot of things. And now COVID has really made me feel extra special, because it's reframed my life. Everything I thought was a horrible decision is now brilliant. Like, I've been divorced 3 times. By the way, I don't like the Zoom panel, but it says Ricky Williams left. Why? Was it something I said, Ricky? Are you like Mr. Pro social media? You're like, oh, she doesn't like social media. I'm out of here, you know? But but here's the thing is that, because it's like in a comedy club, you just assume they're going to go to the bathroom. But on Zoom, you're like, what are they doing? Where did they go? Why did they leave? So that is a little bit weird. But the thing is that, like, I've been divorced and people judge me. They're like, oh, you've been divorced 3 times. Oh, look at you. And I'm like, now during COVID, like, I'm all alone with my dog. It's awesome. It's like sweatpants city. And I'm thinking, can you imagine if you married somebody, because you could travel and go shopping and eat in fancy restaurants, and now you're just stuck with his old rich hiney? You know what I mean? Like, you're just sitting on the, like, how many times can you say, not tonight, I have a headache? I mean, let's face it. In high school, if you thought dodgeball was hard, but the point I'm making, see how I go right to the line, Jason, right to the line. But what I'm saying is, I'm not married. Hello. I don't have any children. I wanted them desperately. I did. But I've been doing this almost 30 years. And back in the day, you know, when I grew up a little Hispanic Catholic girl in Miami, the capital of Cuba, I wanted to be married and have children, but it didn't work out, because where I come from, you get married and then you have the kids. I know it's all willy-nilly now, and people, there's no such, even now you never hear people even say the phrase, like, have you ever heard biological time clock? It's like saying Walkman, because people don't care anymore. They're like, oh, I'm a successful woman. You know, I'm going to buy some sea monkeys from that guy, and I'm going to rent her womb. She's not using it. You know what I mean? Like, people just, it's a whole new world. But pretty much for me, the child ship sailed, unless I buy a nice little Chinese baby, which would be awesome. She'd match my living room. But I can't even travel now to go get her. So that's not the point. The point I'm making is, and by the way, if I'm on PC, I don't care, okay? I don't care about cancel culture. That's the beautiful thing about being older. I just tell the truth and wrap it in bacon so you'll eat it. If you're vegetarian, dip it in ranch, okay? And if you're vegan, you have no sense of humor anyway. I'm not trying to entertain you. So, I don't have kids now. How awesome is that? But back in the day, I felt bad about it, but I had to make a choice, because it's like, oh yeah, if a man travels the world on cruise ships and sends money home to his young wife and his kids are in private school, he's an amazing husband and a wonderful provider and a great dad, right? If a woman travels the world, sends money home to her young husband, and her kids are in, oh, you're a bad wife, you're a hoochie, oh, you're a bad mother, and not in the way Shaft was a bad mother, right to the line. So yeah, So now here I am, I don't have children. Okay, great, wonderful. But guess what? I also don't have to go on a hazmat suit. And Stan Zucker was offended by that Shaft joke. But out of here. But I also don't have to go out in a hazmat suit and pick out like perfect food for them. Your kids can rat on you like 17 ways from Sunday now. Like they post stuff on Instagram and the neighbor's like, I'm not seeing enough quinoa in your child's feed. Like when I was a kid, I pretty much grew up on Morton's chicken pot pies and beanie weenies. Like now kids expect like arugula, you know what I mean? They know types of lettuce. Children now know different types of greens. When I was a kid, we did greens, are you kidding me? I remember when you could beat a kid in a grocery store, like just give them a beat down. And nobody would like make you feel bad or film it or take pictures. Are you kidding me? It was like the opposite. People would join in the beatdown. You need to know. I heard what that kid said. She is a lippy little girl. You need to hit that kid harder. I heard what she said. It's a different. But see, I don't have kids, so I don't have to worry about it now. They can't rat me out for not feeding them proper food because you think, I'll spy on them. But every time you spy on them, they find a new social media platform. This is what I have found out under the cover of COVID. I've got nieces. They don't know. They're 17 and 19. All right. I have 5 social media profiles because people are still hooking up during COVID. And I've got to spy on my sweet little nieces. So I have a profile. They think I'm a light-skinned brother from Oakland with blue eyes. They do, because they live in San Francisco. And there's this like the world's hottest felon, Jeremy Meeks. They don't watch the news. So I cut and pasted his picture. I use him. This guy actually got let out of jail for hotness. Like they let him out of jail because it was a news story. He was the hottest felon. His mugshot went viral. How unfair is that? Because then it makes you know that the opposite is true. That when a judge looks at you and you're like beady-eyed with a hooked nose, he's like, I'm throwing the book at that ugly face. And that's the world we live in now. I warn my nieces because I want them to have morals and values. I am totally against hookup culture. I'm like, you are not allowed to be on Tinder. That is not a dating app. I'm pretty sure that when all of this is over, people are going to be crazy after lockdown. Like, I think Uber and Tinder are going to merge and just be Luber. It's just going to be a hoochie wagon. Taking bad girls to bad boys' house. I know, that was probably right on the edge. I worry about my nieces and I spy on them because people are going to go crazy when this is over. I have girlfriends, I'm not even kidding, like in the comedy world, they're like, do you think like the theater's going to come back after this? People are going to go to concerts and, will it ever be? I'm like, are you kidding me? The people are rebellious. You want them to get to do something? Tell them they can't do it. Okay. After a year and a half of Broadway being dark, straight men will want to see Mamma Mia. Okay. Want to see Mamma Mia. Rednecks will go to Hamilton. Rednecks will be like, I want to see that Hamilton show. I'm going to tell you right now, after a year and a half of lockdown, Wilson Phillips could get back together and tour. People would buy tickets. Okay. It's a concert. It's Wilson Phillips. I'm there. It's going to be, I love that you laughed at the Wilson Phillips. That's a person over 45. The thing is, I don't care. I told you I'm Betty Whiting it. But but here's the thing is that COVID has made me appreciate, like after almost a year of being locked up in my house, like I'm not going to date little dudes when this is over. This has been like getting a master's in me. I'm not, just so you know, and Jason knows this. By the way, Jason, you look great on camera. Zoom is your friend. He's a very handsome guy. You do look, I didn't even think it was possible for you to look more sexually fluid than you do, but on camera you do. I just had to throw that in there. But you look great. You look great, like Ryan Seacrest could. You look really good on camera. I love you people. I do. I'll leave you with this, and I'll stick the landing. And this is for real. If anybody knows an age-appropriate man, because look, little dudes come up to me and they're like, "Oh, comedy girl." I've tried everything: perfume, Febreze, Summer's Eve. I just keep attracting very young men. And now that I've been alone, if you know a man, I'm talking, I want sunspots, saggy nethers. I want it all. You know what I mean? Like, I want it all. I'm not against the blue pill, but I'd prefer organic wood if I can still get it. But the thing is, what I'm saying, right to the edge. I went right to the edge, Jason.
Over the line.
I'm sorry. Since I'm over the line, I'm going to call it a day on that one. I have loved you guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Marvez, everybody.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks for doing it, Monique. And
My pleasure.
thank you for your compliments. I think they were compliments.
They are. You look great on camera. You really do. You look fabulous.
I love how you roast a room, Monique. I hang out just for that. And if I'm one of them, if I'm one of them, all the better. So in the chat, I know you've got to go, Monique, but in the chat, you had a bunch of positive comments. Seth
Thank you.
Grabels, he liked your dipped in bacon. Tony liked your Betty Whiting it.
Oh, I am.
And my mom loved you. She gave you the LOL.
Your mom and I will Betty White it together. I'll take her on the road. She can be my opening act. Well, thank you, Jason. Anytime you need or want me, you know I'm your girl. Love you to pieces.
Thanks, Monique. Good luck on your pilot.
Thank you.
That's the Sun City.
All right, and cheers from Sun City, where she was just before this whole thing shut down. And I see that my sister is here. Hey, sis, love you. I'm excited when you come on. Okay, so here we are. We are now going all the way to Australia. We're going to the future, where it's already tomorrow. And there we will find a very funny comedian who I worked with a lot when he lived here in California. He's also lived in Texas. He has been on Letterman. He won the San Francisco International Comedy Competition. Put your hands together for the very funny Jim Short.
All right. Hey, come on, Jim.
Hey.
All right. Thank you very much. I had to take my Don't Spy on Me piece of tape off. That's the Zoom version of coming through the curtain. So thank you, Jason. Give it up one more time for Jason for putting this together and everybody making this possible. I am indeed. It's Saturday afternoon. I'm here in Australia and it's a beautiful afternoon. I'm here in my parents' garage. I come down here last year and the whole pandemic thing happened and the borders closed. So I'm stuck. I'm stuck in Australia. I know that sounds like the worst thing in the world, but here I am. And I don't know if anybody's ever traveled this far. Traveling to Australia, it's like a mission to Mars. It's like a day shorter than getting to Mars. Fly for months and months and months. And you have to dock with the International Space Station and refuel. And you take off again and you fly and fly. And eventually, after years, you land in Australia and you wake up. You ever seen those sci-fi movies when they're in a cryogenic chamber and it opens up and there's all that dry ice and they're like, what year is it? How long have we been traveling to get to down under, right? And then you have to learn how to walk again because your legs are all sort of wobbly and you stumble off the plane and you get outside and it's dangerous. There's no ozone to protect you anymore, so the sun just burns your clothes off to a speedo. It is bright and sunny in Australia because we have no foundation. We were started up by the British. Right, the whitest people in the world. They left that rainy island in Europe and they came all the way to Australia. When they got here, they stepped off the ship and they burst into flames. Just look how white I am. I am one big tan line. I have the pale, fragile skin of a young girl in a Victorian novel dying of consumption. I'm to be played by Keira Knightley in a movie. But I have family history in America. I lived in America. Well, I technically still live in America. I'm just not actually there at the moment. But I've lived there for 42 years. My great-grandfather, though, survived the 1906 earthquake of San Francisco. Oh. He lived in England. And that's not why he survived. I'll give you a quick family history. He left England, moved to Australia, not a convict, not a prisoner. This was after, and we had one. I'll tell you the story. We had one. We did the family tree. We had one prisoner in my family. He was a counterfeiter. Yeah, and they sent him to Australia, and that was it. But my great grandfather, it was like in the 1800s. He moved over here, and his family. He wasn't sent by the government. He wasn't sent by the police. The family got rid of him because he enjoyed a beverage or two or three or more, and they paid him to leave England. They said, "Oh, you're an embarrassment. Here's some cash. Go away and never come back." That's the proud stock I come from. And think, when you drink too much for English people, you are Australian. But I'm over here. I'm at my parents' house. Think about how fantastic it is. For the last year, I've been living with my parents during the pandemic. Yay! What a winner that is right there. And because we're doing all this stuff on Zoom and it's all technology, I have been tech support for my mum and dad. Some of you might be in my sort of general age range. My mum and dad are great. In fact, we used to speak a lot through the computer when I would be traveling around. It's amazing technology, to think that I'm here and we're doing a show to all you guys over in the States. I would talk to my mum and dad, except my mum would have her screen so far back that I would see. I couldn't see my mum, but I could tell that she had cleaned the ceiling fan that day. That's what technology did for me. But my mum got on Facebook, and I can tell you what, there's nothing like the day when you get a friend request from your mum. That is excitement right there. But mum shared this thing. It was funny. There was a meme, and it said, "My children make fun of me because I don't know how to use a computer, but they forget I'm the one who taught them how to use a knife and a fork." Funny. Whoever came up with that, that's funny. And I put a like on that one, and then I put a comment. I said, "Yeah, that's true, but I've never called you in a panic because I can't remember the password to the silverware." Locked out of the cutlery. I can't remember what's the dog's name from 1978. But it is great spending time with my mum and dad. Although it gets a bit weird sometimes. Just a few days ago, I was making toast. I was at the toaster, and toaster's a job. You kind of got to monitor the area, right? You got to kind of monitor if you want good toast, because there's a fine line between bread, toast, and the fire department showing up at the house because something's gone wrong. So, and that knob has no correlation to the toast that you get back, right? It's not even attached. It's just there to sort of keep you in the work area from burning your house down. I'm watching my toast, and my mum is sitting there watching me very intently, right? And I'll tell you right now, I'm 53 years old, and my mum looks at me and she says, "Hey, never stick a knife in a toaster." I was taken aback, and I went, "Hang on, we've covered this. We've had this chat. It's about 1970. It was a major big milestone day. We covered a lot of ground. No knife in the toaster. Don't touch the hot stove. Clean undies when you leave the house. Don't talk to strangers. I shouldn't be chatting to none of you people." Is that what a parent does? Does a parent rack their brain as they sit there going, "I know my kid's almost 54 years old, but did I tell him about the knife in the toaster?" It counts today, doesn't it? Yes, of course it does. Then it was my birthday, right? Shortly after that, and I'm sitting there, and we're having a little get together, a couple of people, socially distant, right? And my mum is talking to somebody in front of me, and she says, "It's Jimmy's birthday. I got him a CAKE." Spelled out cake in front of me like it's like I don't understand. And that's when I realized, like, is it her or is it me? Did she lose it, or does she think I'm not that bright? But it is important. I think it's very important, to spend time with my mum and dad. And I know this is going to really sound like, kind of like, maudlin or whatever. But there are times when I look at my mum and dad, I'll look at them, I'll spy them out of my eye, and I look at them and I think, who are the two of you people? And what did you do to my mum and dad, the ones that actually raised me? Because you're not the same people. And I don't know how I learned right from wrong, good from bad from these two people. I see what they do now, right? When we would go out to eat pre-pandemic, right? If we ever went out to eat, me and my mum and dad, we'd get in the car, shut the door, bang, right? And the loot would come out. There'd be like 100 packets of sugar out of my dad's pockets. Salt, pepper, my mum's bag was like a pirate's swag, you know. Let's see what we have here, right? Condiments. Sometimes she took a bottle of ketchup, right? Not even the packet. She took the bottle, right? Oh, they factor it in. They're yelling at me because I'm driving. They're screaming at me. Hit the gas. Get us out of here. I didn't know I was part of a heist. I got the Bonnie and Clyde of condiments in the car here. And what my mum will do is my mum will take it. Look, she's very generous with other people's stuff. She'll put like a gift bag together for people. You can tell when guests are coming over because she's washing out a Ziploc bag from the freezer that had pork chops in it. Snapping it out really good and it hangs it up on the line. That's like the signal. People are coming over. The Ziploc bag on the line. And she's given me a bunch of them over the years, right? And there's some in my car, right? In the garage, in my car, in the US. There's some still there. And I thought, I'm never going to use... The only thing I could think, especially like a week like this in the US, the only time I would ever use it is like, say I'd be out somewhere in the Midwest or up east or somewhere in Texas where it's all iced up, right? And they'd be on TV making a desperate plea on the local news. If anybody has a huge quantity of salt, could you please contact the Department of Roads? I've got 1 million packets of salt from my mum. Let me come down right on the side of the road one by one. Here we go. People driving by. Thank you, Good Samaritan. Don't thank me. Thank my mum. Die hop. It is good, and it is good to spend time with my mum and dad and see them because I don't want to give too much away, but I did get my inheritance early from them, diabetes and arthritis. That is fantastic. I'm spending it all right now. Mason's back. I'll wrap this up. But I'm not that old, you know, but I'm old enough. Like I had to get my reading glasses. My close-up vision went. Right, it just went. It just goes, and it doesn't go over the long period of time or overnight. It goes over the page. You're reading a book. You're like, I can't see anymore. To get my reading glasses, like your old dude badge of honor, right? You wear it like that. There you are. You're one of us now. Thank you. Some men, they reach an age where they look in the mirror, and what do they say? They say, you know, they say, when did I turn into my father? I'm in the mirror going, when did I become Michael Caine? I'll leave you with this, and thank you so much for laughing, and enjoy the rest of this brilliant evening. And I'm going to go enjoy my afternoon in Australia. I can't tell you what's happening in the future, but big stuff is going on. Here's exactly how old I am. Here's my age. If I drop anything, I have to think really hard. Do I still need that? I'm going to close it up there. Thank you so much for enjoying this or for listening, and have a great evening. Cheers.
All right, Jim Short, everybody. Jim Short. You see why I miss him. So
I miss you, mate. I miss you. And Monique, right, you look fantastic.
Good on camera.
Gender fluid, I think, is the term, Jim.
Yes, I know, exactly. But don't try it in Texas because it'll freeze up.
Yeah, I'll freeze it up in Texas. They have their own Botox. Their face just freezes. Hey, you got a lot of positive comments. Eileen Burnick really loved you. She said you're laugh out loud funny. Bob Pratt loved your bits about your mom and dad. And Patty Jenkins wants to know what size car will fit in that garage, Jim?
Hey.
Is that for your golf cart?
A big old Land Rover to go chasing down wild animals here in Australia, mate. Big croc in this garage, mate.
Yeah. Somebody else said I'd hate to be there just because of the Australian spiders. Okay,
full of poison waiting for you.
Yeah, everything in Australia will kill you. Okay, and also Randy Elliott asked me to share about the tips. I was going to do that after the next one, but hey, since you asked, Randy, thank you. There it is there. And our next show is on March 6th, which is a Friday. And then I know earlier on the last show, I told you that March 20th would be the show, but we actually had to move that to the 19th in case you are circling it on your calendar. And we hope you do. But we do appreciate those of you who've supported the show. It's made it possible for us to put together these killer lineups. And right now we have a guest spot that I added late in the game because of just trying to give you the very best. She has too many fantastic credits to list, but my favorite, the one that I wish I had, and she's been on Jimmy Kimmel Live. She's trained in Second City. Put your hands together for the very funny Renee Percy.
There she is.
This is lovely. Thank you. I just want to do what all the cool kids are doing and say, Jason, you look great. Everybody else is on camera. I like Monique kept qualifying it. You look great on camera. So we don't know what you look like live, but on camera, really good. You guys, I'm so excited to be here, but I will be honest, I was a little bit nervous to do the show because the last Zoom show I did, I got Zoom bombed. It was horrible. I was Zoom bombed. No, that's not. No, I bombed on Zoom. That's what it was. I'm worried. I'm spending so much time on screens these days. I am worried it is starting to affect my in-person relationships. Like today, I tried to swipe left on my husband. Look here, this is broken. It's not working. It doesn't matter how great your relationship is, though. There's always little things that your partner does that drive you crazy, you know? Like, I can't stand it when my husband doesn't put his dishes in the dishwasher. And he hates it when I sleep with other people, you know? I just met her there. You know what I mean? I just met her right at the line. I'm kidding though, you guys. I'm kidding. My husband put his dishes in the dishwasher. So somebody was saying it was their birthday. I just celebrated a big birthday myself, you guys. I am 40 years old.
Yay! You're young.
It is weird to say. Oh, because I turned 44. So I am a stay-at-home mom, you guys. I just don't have any kids yet. No. I did adopt a dog though, you guys, which is not easy right now, okay? I had to fill out so many applications and I was on wait lists. I had to do interviews. It was so frustrating. I almost gave up and adopted a kid instead. Dodge that bullet, right? Oh, yeah. I just want something that will die in 12 years, not hate me in 50. You know what I mean? That was It's funny though how desires change. Like I used to really want a baby. Now I just really want a Tesla. It's not that not having kids makes you materialistic. It's not having kids makes having material things more realistic, right? Okay, I don't gotta save up for somebody else to go. That's crazy. I don't have. You guys know to have a kid in the hospital without insurance costs $40,000. So does a Tesla. What? 3. Sure, I love a Model S, but either way, as long as it has all its fenders and tires, that's all that matters to me. After a few years, you can trade in a Tesla. What? I mean, you can't upgrade a kid, you guys. Like, if you get a crappy kid, that is it. You're stuck, right? Your neighbor gets a better kid than you. You gotta move. That's it. There's no. With a Tesla, you can choose the color. I can choose the color, but my white husband is gonna be pissed. Oh, Tesla. Yeah, people are saying my sound is a little spotty. I don't know what it is. It's like I'm getting heckled by Zoom on another Zoom bomb in the work. My sound is spotty. I'm not fancy like Jim in my parents' garage. I'm in my own garage. Oh, this is awkward. I was talking with a Tesla, you guys, no gas, right? Kids, tons of gas. Little it's bad. And kids will get tons of bumps and scratches that you cannot buff out. Okay, you can't buff out. And if you break a kid, oh, that is it. You got to start all over again. And I don't know the exact statistics on this, but I'm pretty sure that there is almost a 0% chance that getting a new Tesla will rip your hoo-ha. Okay. Never happened. Okay. I mean, somebody might have been very excited about their new Tesla and done like a weird kick or something. But I think the chances are low. That's the point. I did just get a new car though. And yes, I named it the Chevy Volt because I still can't afford a Tesla, you guys. I no kids and Tesla. How did I mess this up? God, do you know how hard it is for me to see other people with kids drive by in a Tesla? I'm like, oh. Why does a Tesla make my ovaries ache, you guys? I just want one. A Model S makes me lactate. It's very weird. It's not right. I am happy to share. I'll share this with you guys, though. This is a big announcement. I am expecting.
Oh no!
Yay!
A Tesla for my birthday. I'll leave you with one more little thing. A weird thing that has happened to me during this pandemic is that I've become I've been eating a lot of ice cream. Okay. And my husband says that I am addicted. I say I'm committed. You know what I mean? I'm gonna break that streak. I am eating so much ice cream right now. Even cows are like, knock it off. It's getting I will work out now just to support my habit. Like I think of all my workouts in pints. Today I swam about half a pint and then did 3 sets of 5 scoops. So I think my appendix out recently, and when they cut me open, ice cream came out. Yeah. Like, is that a stone? I'm like, nope, Rocky Road. Wrap it up. I'm gonna have that. Like, to be honest though, you guys, I do only have 1 bowl of ice cream a day. Just 1. Yes. The rest I do not put in a bowl, just out of the carton. You know what I mean? matter how. My name's Renee Percy. Thank you guys so much for having me.
All right, Renee Percy, everybody. Fantastic. Well, Renee, super funny stuff. You were cutting in and out, so we could only hear maybe like half of what you were saying. So some of it was probably underappreciated. But I could just tell from your, what I love about people who have an improv background like Renee is they commit with their whole body and their whole personality. And that's always like, for me, the funniest comedy. But we couldn't hear it all, Renee, just as an FYI. But Gase, or Richie Williams, he came back. Here's the one that walked out on Monique's set and she called him out. And he came back and he said, happy birthday. Glenn Martz loved your bombing on Zoom joke. And Kim Glazer said she could totally relate to your stuff. And they're still coming in. Keep those comments coming, folks. Keep those phones ringing. Okay. You understand that joke? You're older than 40. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Your next comedian. Oh, and by the way, Gay Smith, my friend in Pioneer Town, pointed out that March 6th is in fact a Saturday and that I'm not good with dates. She's correct. So our next show is on a Saturday, March 6th, and mark it on your calendar. Okay, assuming that you're ready, next comedian. I know he is. This guy's a pro. I've worked with him 100 times. He killed it on the show Last Comic Standing. He performs overseas for the troops. He is a regular at the Comedy Store in Hollywood. Put your hands together for Vargus Mason.
What's up, everybody? Keep going. Beautiful Jason. Hey, everyone. I guess this is technically the black portion of the show. Richie, don't go anywhere, man. I need you, Richie. Richie Williams, man. I need you. I love all the couples. I didn't know there would be so many couples. If you found your loved one, if that's your soulmate, clap real fast. Just couples showing each other love. I want to watch all the couples on the screen that have to look at each other and say, "You better clap, you mother." Oh my God. Lovely, lovely. I'm in love. I got a beautiful woman. If you're in love, you have to know your love song. You have to know the love song so you can grow old with that person. I want to have that. I want to grow old one day with my wife and turn over next to her, just be like, baby. You remember when we first met, baby? Was I song to remember this one? You a pretty fine woman, won't you back that thing up? Girl, you playing with that thing up? I love my wife. She is beautiful. She's intelligent. She's mad all the time. Always mad at her brother. She got mad at my car because I wanted to get a hybrid. I wanted something with some fuel efficiency. Man, right? I'm just like, Renee, you know what? She thought I was having a midlife crisis. She thought I was going to go out and try to pick up some young thing with a hybrid. Is that not ridiculous, young things? Debbie, is that not ridiculous? Not a chicken head, gold digging woman on this planet has ever been turned on by fuel efficiency. It doesn't happen. You've never seen a chicken head girl ever be like, oh, you got those zero emissions? Don't get it, daddy. No, got that little HOV sticker. You get to drive the car pulling over your little style. Get it, daddy. You're trying to fight that industrial oil complex and making our country weak and dependent upon foreign oil. You gonna get it, Dad. Has never happened. My wife is actually Puerto Rican. She's Boricua, which is lovely, but it's weird because it's 2021 and people still get weird about interracial dating. Sometimes Black women look at my Puerto Rican wife and me and they're like giving her dirty looks. And, you know, she's like, I don't understand. Why are they looking at me like that? I'm like, baby, see, you don't get it. they're not mad at you. They're just mad because you took one of the good ones. If you went out, you married Leroy Jenkins, they'd be like, thank you. No, you took one of the good ones, baby.
Vargus, I never like to break into a set, but you're too funny for us not to be able to hear you. And we can't hear you, man. A little bit, but here's what to do, man. Go to the bottom left and just hit the little caret next to the microphone.
All right.
And then
I'm about to go big on you now. Hold on.
all right, go big, man.
The light's gonna be bad. But
There we go. No, now you're muted.
Sound better now.
There you go. You got it.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You will have to forgive. You can't see my face, but can you hear me? The song and sound is better. Okay. Better. I didn't want to pull out the Blue Yeti microphone, but apparently I have to. Seriously though, is it better, Jason? We're good. We're good. Okay. Lovely. Thank you so much. But seriously though, I told my wife, I was like, that you took a good one. That's why all these black women are mad at you. And she's like, oh, tell them I didn't. Tell them I didn't. You know what's lovely about marrying a Puerto Rican woman is that we have little diverse babies, right? And when you love another race, you don't know what kind of trait's gonna win. You don't know what kind of baby's gonna win. It is genetic Yahtzee. You are literally rolling the dice. You're like, Samoan. We have a rock right there. That looks like the rock. Right? I'm telling you, genetic Yahtzee. Proof of that. My oldest. But Linda, what's wrong? You still can't hear me? Note in the chat. Maybe not. I don't know.
Where is she? Linda.
Sorry about the audio, everybody. Sorry about the little difficulty. Am I still hard to hear, everyone?
Oh, I can hear it. You're good.
Linda, it's your spotty internet. Stop it. And everybody. Not everybody can have excellent Wi-Fi like Jim Short in Australia. I'd like to know who his provider is, because that's better than Spectrum. No, but seriously, my babies are diverse. My oldest, my pride and joy, Noelle, has straight hair. I got a baby with straight hair, y'all. And my other baby, my other pride and joy, Kaylee, has a fro. I got one baby with straight hair. I got another with a fro. It's like we gave birth to two different kinds of X-Men. Yeah, because one shoots out laser beams, the other one's gonna need a cosigner. Okay, stop. Whoever owed that joke real quick. I just want to let you know I didn't say which one's gonna need the cosigner. That's your racism. Your racism you put on that. So, and I love those babies too, man. But they're always teasing me because I'm the only man in the house, right? And they're always singing the girl theme song. They're always like, "Who runs the world, girls? Who runs the world, girls?" I'm the man. I'm the man of the house. I'll break it down for them. I sing right back at them. I'm like, "Who's paying for college, Dad? Who killed the spider, Dad?" That's when my wife walks in the room and she's like, "Who's sleeping on the couch, yo, bud?" Fun. I'm not ever gonna beat my kids. I can't do it because my mom used to beat me, and so I'm not gonna pass that on. But I got out of a lot of butt whoopings because when my mom would come to beat me, I would just remember she grew up during the civil rights movement. I would use Martin Luther King to get out of a butt whooping. She would come to where I wouldn't touch that string in her heart, and she'd just be like, I'm like, "Okay, mama, I know you want to whoop my butt, but I want you to know that there will come a time. There will come a time when you'll no longer need to whoop a child's behind. There will come a time when G.I. Joe and Barbie can join hands in an old Smurf spiritual, singing free my butt, thank God Almighty, you freed my butt. I love that Martin was like, we just need to love one another. That's the thing. Martin Luther King was about loving one another. And I'm telling you, Jason told you we travel the world, all his comics, we entertain the troops. And it's just, man, I've been to the Middle East. They're not afraid of us. They're not afraid of freedom. They're not afraid of democracy. They're afraid of hip hop. They are afraid of hip hop music. They're afraid they're going to turn on Al Jazeera or the radio and it's going to be like, it's getting hot in here. Show me some of your calf. I am getting so hot, I have to show my calf. That's for my time, you guys. Sorry for the spotty audio, Jason.
All right, Vargus.
Nicely done, man. Yeah, see everybody, it was just too funny to let him go on like that. As soon as we can hear you, man, yeah. So thanks, Vargus. We appreciate you doing it, man. My mom loved you. She saw you at the Comedy Store when you had your baby, way back in the day. Rachel Polson, she said loves your sass. I thought she said love your ass. Loves your sass.
It's one and the same.
And Tony, yeah, fun stuff, man. And Vargus is a gentleman in the business, by the way. He's like classy dude, and he goes overseas for the troops. So appreciate you. All right. Oh, and before I forget, everybody, I'm going to share. Somebody texted me during that to ask me to share this because they said it wasn't working, but it looks like all of that information's right. So if you did try, just text me and I'll get back with you after. But I would love to bring up your final act. He's got another show, so I don't want to delay his start any longer. I'm sure you know him, Vargus. This guy has been on everything. He's been on Last Comic Standing. He's been on Tonight Show, Showtime, TMZ. He's got a 1-hour special on Hulu. Put your hands together for Eric Schwartz. Has anybody seen Eric Schwartz?
Eric, come on, Eric.
If we all just clap our hands and believe, you gotta believe. You're on, comma, man, period. You hear? Question mark?
He's there.
He's here.
Come
on, Eric.
There he is. Can't hear you, man. We can't hear you.
Oh, no.
Oh, you know why? Because this isn't plugged in. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, okay. I was there the whole time. I'm watching you. I was watching. Let's see how that was an opening bit, but you have to do sound, I guess, to get the square around you to be picked on Hollywood Squares. I was trying to do a joke about, because you couldn't hear the previous two, so I was gonna be like, you guys are supposed to be like, we can't hear you, idiot. And then I go, yeah, this because it's not plugged in. Got you. Booyah. It didn't work, but it did. But it still worked. Now, before I get started into the gold, can everyone hear me perfectly?
Yes.
Okay, cool. This is, oh my, I'm so, see, because I look like tech support, and yeah, some of that stuff is real. I know, and some people are like, why is NBA Commissioner Adam Silver here, shouldn't he be securing the bubble right now? I'm so glad that this is a cool virtual event. I like this. This is a fun one. Because you have been to some virtual events during this pandemic and that you hated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The worst thing about getting stuck at a virtual event is that you want to go home. You're already there. Like, I want to go home. Oh, it's worse. There's nowhere to go. I'm just glad I can be somewhere where I'm not wearing a mask. It's right.
Yeah.
And I wear my mask, you know, I wear it because you got to do it. But it's really hard for me. Look at me. I'm a bald dude with horrible eyesight, and I'm white with perfect teeth. To go outside, I have to wear a mask, glasses, a hat, SPF 50, my Invisalign. Dude, it would be more comfortable just leaving my head at home. But I'm glad we're doing this because they say that laughter is the best medicine, right? So we're doing this. But let me just say, as a comedian during a pandemic, can we just all agree that medicine is the best medicine? Look, comedians, we can't take that kind of pressure. You can't be coming down with COVID and be like, put on Eric's album. I heard that works. Don't do it. I'm not the cure. Okay. It's flattering, but it's not on me. Okay. I don't want to be that. So, and a lot of people need medicine just to get through this. And I understand it, right? You need to do drugs to get through this. I get it. I've never been that kind of, I've never done any of that kind of stuff, but that's just how I'm just different. And it's okay if you do. I've never have drank. I've had a drink, but I don't drink. And I've never even done weed. And you know that I haven't done weed because nobody has done weed says they do weed. I know that. I'm not dumb. I'm streetwise. I know that the correct term is take pot. I know that. I do something even crazier though.
What?
Like I gotta say, and I don't suggest this, but this is what I do. I deal with my problems. Stone cold sober. Don't do it. Don't do it. I will mess up a journal. I'm telling you right now. It's right here. Look at this. Look at this. This is a week right here. This is Some people need a stiff drink. I get it. Some people need that stiff drink. I need a good listener. Guys, this is my journal right here. I love it. There's so much good stuff in here. It's like I pour it out, you know? You got to pour it out on here. Just, don't smoke my journal. It will get you messed up.
It's so adorable.
Thank you. I love that inside your brain. You said I was adorable.
Oh, you are.
Thank you, Mom. I didn't even know who that was. But I appreciated it. Thank you. All I can see is Jason, Tony, Joanna and her dog, and Daryl and Holly. Daryl and Holly, because I'm looking at, I should look at the other view. Okay. There it is. All right. Oh my gosh, what's up, everybody?
Hey.
Cool. How diverse this audience is, all different kinds of white people. This is awesome.
Oh.
I'm actually, and you're like, who's talking? I'm a quarter step Mexican. Okay. My stepdad. My stepdad's Mexican,
Tough.
so represent for la cultura. Okay. And you, if you're Latino, you know, when I say that, I feel it with my entire body. Cultura. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, when I said that right there, I kind of just did like a male Kegel, just cultura. Like, you're gonna see me. I'm not like on May 5th, Gringo de Mayo.
Oh my God.
I'll be out there singing mariachi, just yo soy el aventurero. Me gustan las altas y la chaparita, la flaca, la gordas y la chiquitita, solteras, vidas, y vida, me encanta la chata de caras bonitas. You feel that? You felt that? That is the cultura right there. I'm also Jewish. It's Friday night. Technically, I'm not even supposed to be on this right now. It was weird growing up as a quarter step Mexican Jew. It was so like every Hanukkah we had this rule in my house. You got to count to 10 in Hebrew before you open your presents. And so I would count in Hebrew. It'd be like Echad, Shtaim, Shalosh, Arba, Chamesh, Sheish, Siete, Ocho, Nueve, Diez. Hello, patron. And this is good. See, this is what brings us together. You know, we have enough separation in our world right now. I'm sure we all know that. Like, everyone's subscribing. That's my phone, by the way, if you're listening. My phone's dinging over there. It's Jason going, we can't hear you. So everyone now, see, the problem is in our society now is we don't know it's true, right? Everything's a conspiracy theory. And I got to tell you, like, not everything is there are conspiracies, but there's not everything, you know? My friend is like, oh, it's the Illuminati. It's the Illuminati. It's the Illuminati. They're controlling everything. And I'm like, I wanted to ask you guys, how many people have heard of the Illuminati?
Yeah.
Everyone.
No.
Worst kept secret society ever. They violated the first rule of secret society. They're the secret society that other secret societies are like, don't be like Illuminati. Hey, no, everyone knows the Illuminati, idiots. They're the Clippers of secret society. Oh, good. Thank you. That was a new one. I'm going to hopefully, if you guys find me, if my internet gets cut off right now, then believe all the conspiracy theories. Man, what are we going to do? We're almost, I feel like we're at the end of the light at the end of the tunnel, right? And we're going to be going out and we get to reintroduce ourselves to this society, and we get to see, like, who got butt implants, you know, like when we get back, just that I don't get that one. That's a new implant, right? It's a fairly new implant. It makes me look like some people get them too big and they look like centaurs. Around half horse, half person. Hey, if you want centaur butt, that is your choice. That is your choice. Okay, I gotta go. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Even though, hold on, let me get my phone, because that might be Jason saying I'm. Oh, okay. Let me see what that was. Oh no! Oh, sorry. It was Billy. Sorry, it's somebody else that you guys. Billy's not related to the show. But it was okay. I didn't know Jason needed me to do that. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. Jason, your show is so fun.
Woo!
Yeah. guys.
Hey, funny, right?
It was
Yeah.
really fun. And usually I do some musical stuff. That's why I have all this stuff in here. I've been so in March, you guys, if you find me on social media, just ericschwartzlive.com is my website, and you can find all my social media. In March, I'm doing something crazy. I'm dropping 30 comedy songs in 30 days. So if I get like 10 of you, then it won't go to waste. So if 10 of you guys watch it, it'll save my life. And it's going to be adorable, guys. It's going to be an adorable month. Before I go, I studied the greats for inspiration. Like one of my favorites, he didn't have a very good month, but Justin Timberlake. I love JT. That guy is so smooth, right? And he's like, yeah, if he like, he's like, on the day that I was born, I cut my own umbilical cord. And I'm blessed, you guys. I'm blessed to sound and look exactly like Justin Timberlake. If he were an off-duty member of the Blue Man Group. You guys, thank you for having me on. We'll see you again.
Eric Schwartz, everybody, let him hear it.
Guys.
Man, you got too many comments. I don't even know where to start. My mom loved you a lot. You got a lot of exclamation points. Yeah. And Mom, he's from Thousand Oaks, one of the.
I know he is.
T.O.
One of the songs is a remix of a song that I have already put out called "I'm 805." So we're gonna do one with different part too.
Awesome, man. And somebody volunteered to be your cyber aunt, so you got that. I don't know either, man. Mom seemed too creepy, so she went with aunt. She was being safe. She was playing it safe.
She in the Illuminati.
Yeah, she's the Illuminati.
My Illuminati.
Illuminati.
That's it.
Zing.
Oh, that's good.
That's why they pay Eric the big bucks right there, everybody.
Oh, we're getting paid?
Quick.
Well, I'll send you the comments, man. I'll send you a text. I know you got another show you're on right now. But hey, thanks for doing it, Eric. One more time, everybody.
All right.